get ready with me to sneak out. Okay, I need to be really quiet because my parents are home and I can't have them know that I'm sneaking out because I would get in so much trouble. Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys like the little backstory and tell you like what I'm up to, what's going on. So basically this guy adds me on Snapchat and he's like, hey, I go to your school and I think you're really pretty. So he tells me his name and sends me a picture of himself, and when I tell you, he looks exactly like a young Justin Bieber, I was shocked. Like, how is the guy that hot messaging me right now? I was like, whoa. Honestly, I was slightly confused because I go to a private school and it's really small, everybody knows each other, and I was a bit like, hang on, let me find my brush. Yeah, so I was a bit like confused that I've never heard of him, never seen him around, like none of my friends have heard of him, but like maybe he's just really shy or he's new maybe, like maybe he just doesn't get himself out there, so I didn't know who he was. But like he says he always sees me around and he's like, I literally see you every time it's like recess or every time we go to like lunch or something, and he's like, I'm just too scared to come up to you because you're so pretty and you have like so many friends. So I just think that's kind of cute. Like, well, I have tried to FaceTime him a few times and every single time he's like, I can't put my camera on because it's broken. But I guess, I mean, there's no reason why he'd be lying, so I guess I believe him. I think it's happened to me before, so like I don't think it's that deep. So basically, I know it's like still the middle of the day, obviously you can tell, but I'm meeting him tonight outside this park and it's like a few blocks away from my house, and he basically was like, I want to meet during the night time because I'm really like shy, probably why you haven't seen me around school. Like I get really anxious in public spaces, so I just rather no one be around. So I was like, oh, that's so cute. I'm not gonna lie, I've never actually heard of the park. Like I'm pretty sure it's this like weird place people go to like smoke and do drugs and stuff. So I was a little bit like, why do you want to go to that one? And he was like, because no one's around at that time, like I've seen it before, it's empty. So I was like, okay, fair enough. So I know it's still like the middle of the day, but I really want to get ready early because I want to look perfect. Like this is my first time ever going to meet a guy and I'm so nervous. So I was telling one of my friends about this and she was being really like weird about it. So she was like, Caitlin, what do you think you're doing? Like, and she was calling me stupid and stuff. And she was like, this guy's claiming he goes to a tiny private school, saying like he sees you around. He sent you one picture that looks suspiciously like Justin Bieber, and he wants to meet you like alone in the middle of a park, like at nighttime. Like, are you serious? And I was like, oh my god, like she's being so jealous and it's just ridiculous. Like, if you're not gonna be happy for me, you're obviously not a true friend. So she said to me, okay, well, tell him I'm coming too. If you're serious about going to meet this guy, I'm gonna come with you. So that just for precaution, I'm there if you want to leave, like anything. So I was like, okay, fair enough. So I text him and I go, hey, do you want to bring a friend, or like, is it cool if my friend comes? And he starts to get really like defensive and he was like, oh my god, no, like this is so, it will ruin the vibe. I want to spend time with just you, not you and your friend. Like, please, if you don't come alone, then I'm not coming. Like, you need to come alone. So I just think that's so cute because he wants to spend time with just me, like on a romantic level, just the two of us. He doesn't want my friend there. I'm thinking maybe he might even like have a surprise for me or something, like because he was so adamant like he didn't want my friend there. And now I'm really excited, like what are we gonna do? And what I can't wait. So I'm gonna have to update you guys after this because I feel like I might have my first boyfriend after today, like, well, tonight, because oh my god, I'm literally so excited. I'm so nervous, like I've never spent time with a guy one-on-one, and like I can't wait. I'm really nervous. Like, is there things I need to know like before a date? I don't even know, guys.
When I was a teenager, my dad took me to school every single morning. And one morning after he had dropped me off, my best friend was waiting for me and she was like, hey, do you want to skip school today? My aunt's coming to pick me up. And me being the rebel that I was like, yeah, let's do it. And so we hid in the stairwell at the school until the bell rang. And then as soon as the bell rang, we went outside and hid behind the dumpsters until her aunt came to pick us up. When she picked us up, we had drove around for a little while, stopped at a tattoo shop, and then we ended up going to her house. And her house was super weird because as soon as you walked in, there were deadbolts like up and down the entire door. And I specifically remember that she had an entire bedroom full of chickens. How this makes sense, I don't know, but that's just one thing that I'll never forget. She also had a lot of people at her house, which I didn't think much of. I figured they were probably just having like a day party or something. And me and my friend were wearing school uniforms, so she had gave us clothes to change out of so we were more comfortable. She ended up giving us each a Smirnoff, and that one Smirnoff is literally all it took. I was in and out of consciousness before I even finished the Smirnoff. I would literally fall asleep and wake up in like different places of the house in different positions with different people. First time that I had woke up, my friend was sleeping next to me and I was like, hey, we need to wake up. Like something is off right now. Remember one time when I had woke up, me and my friend were bent over a couch in like very inappropriate ways for teenagers. And there were flashes of light constantly, which I knew somebody was taking pictures of us. I had a cell phone at the time, but it was inside my backpack. And when all of this was happening, I had no idea where my backpack was. Waking up again in a bathroom with a man behind me. He was pulling my hair so hard, it hurt so bad. Then I woke up again holding a roll of toilet paper, cleaning up a massive amount of blood on the floor. I was completely undressed and I remember running around the house trying to find my backpack so I could find my phone so I could call for help. It was like around 1 o'clock when I finally found my phone and it was only at like 10% battery, but I was able to call my boyfriend and his dad was a sheriff for the county and I was able to tell him that there was something seriously wrong in this house and I didn't know what was going on, but I needed to get out. I ended up hiding my phone and going back into the bathroom and putting on a random t-shirt that I found on the ground, and I was able to open up and crawl out the window. As soon as I got out of the house, I ran down the street and I was looking for anybody at all. And I could see far in the distance there was lights in a field, so I ran straight to that vehicle, and thank God it ended up being a sheriff. And as soon as I got closer, a lady came out of the car and I started crying and running faster towards her, and she was like, "Are you Tiffany?" And I just cried in her arms, and she was like, "There's an alert out looking for you." She took me down to the station and I told them every single thing that I knew about that house. Shortly after I got to the sheriff's department, I got a text message from that aunt saying, "Where did you go? Why did you leave? You need to be back here right now." And the sheriff's department came up with a lie to give her and then told her that I would meet her the next morning. So that next morning at like 7 a.m., we had a meeting spot to where I would go meet her. She would pick me up and take me back to the house. Except at 7 a.m. that morning when she went to go pick me up, the entire gas station was surrounded by police and she ended up getting arrested. She and her husband were ahead of a very large... She and her husband were both arrested. They spent about 12 to 13 years in prison. When the husband got out, he has a family now, he's married, has kids. When the lady got out of prison, she went back to prison again and again and again and again for the exact same things. But at least for 13 years, I guaranteed saved a lot of women. For that, I will always be super proud of myself.
This is the story of how I got suspended from high school for making a viral video. The principal from my school still watches my videos, so hope you're enjoying the show. Okay, so let me set the scene. I'm 18, I'm a senior in high school, and my daddy's in prison. Yay. Ended up becoming friends with this girl who treated me like total trash. I was blowing up on YouTube at the time, so I was making pretty good money. She used me for money. She would always ask me to buy her things. Obviously, like the dumb people pleaser I am, I did it. Then it got to the point of her asking me to buy her a car. Yes, I was 16 years old when this happened. The suspension didn't happen until I was 18, but I was 16 years old when she asked me to buy her a car. Her and her mom started like literally borderline harassing me, saying that's why your daddy's in jail. Like all of this coming from a grown like woman, just like terrorizing me. There's so much more to that story, but let's just say it was just like really messed up. So anyway, I'm depressed, my dad's in jail. My ex-friend and her mom are now like literally bullying me. The only place I felt like I could turn to was YouTube, because that's what I did and that's how I made my money. And I literally started YouTube as a way to distract myself from my dad going to jail. So I made a little story time about everything. I did not say her name, did not mention or insinuate who she was in the slightest. I didn't even badmouth her. I was just basically saying everything that happened to me and trying to comfort people who have been also screwed over by a friend in like a hard situation or whatever. That video ended up doing like over 500,000 views. Like it went completely viral. My subscribers were literally growing like crazy. Like that's when my YouTube channel was like blowing up. So obviously they saw it and they had a few choice words for me. Her mom, I remember, literally sent me a picture of like a side by side of me next to her daughter with my face like crossed out with like a black marker. They were on some weird shit. I didn't care about the harassment though, or like the comments or anything like that, because I was just so happy that my YouTube was blowing up. Like that was my dream. I literally told my dad when he left for prison, when you get out of jail, I will have over 100,000 subscribers. And I did. But yeah, like I said, no one knew who she was. She wasn't getting attacked. Everybody was just like, damn, that's fucked up. Like who does that to a person, especially like after I was a good friend to her for so long. But she decides to make like a 3-part series responding to everything I said with just like straight lies. Like everyone could see through her lies too, but the point is she decided to expose her identity. I didn't say anything about who she was or give any clues or ideas or anything. Obviously, the ratio on that video was like 5,000 dislikes and like 10 likes or something. It wasn't panning out the way she thought it would, because everybody could tell that she was like lying. Like her mom was literally coming in the room, like in the videos. When she asked me to buy her a car, she sent it in like a text. The text was, "Can I borrow $3,000? Since the video was getting so hype, I literally printed out that text onto a t-shirt and started selling it as merch. I sold like 300 shirts, and during all of this, her and her mother were still like completely harassing me. Anyway, so I missed a day of school to go to a Supreme drop in New York City with my friend. While I am there, I get a text that's like, "Girl, you just got called to the office and you're like not here." Obviously my heart sinks and I'm like, girl, what? So growing up with super strict parents, if I got suspended, I knew it would be like a living hell for me. So obviously I'm in New York City, like pooping my fucking pants at home and go to school the next day. And I get called down to the office, as you would expect. They sit me down in the chair. The freaking principal starts off and she's like, "I got a call from a very concerned student at another school about this situation and how big it's getting." And I knew that was like bullshit. Like no one called. She went into the office and like said something. Apparently people were wearing my merch to school and it was causing like a disruption in the learning environment or some bullshit like that. But she also said something about the girl's mom trying to paint it out as if I'm the only one that did anything wrong in the situation and like I'm like attacking or harassing her or something. And even the school agreed with me in the sense that like, no, this is very much a double-edged sword. Like we don't think that you're bullying her or anything like that. Obviously I was like thrown because I didn't even say her freaking name. She like exposed herself. So I'm like, how is this my fault? Because I know for a fact if my video didn't go viral, I wouldn't be sitting in that damn chair right now. It was like, well, she's getting suspended too, but both of you are causing like a disruption in the learning environment, as if they teach anything in that school anyway. It was so funny because while all this was happening, the school like police officer that was in there was like, "So how much money do you make doing that?" Like he was like hella interested. I just thought it was kind of screwed up that they can like tell me what to post, especially because it had nothing to do with school. I didn't say any names. It was literally just about my personal life, and like they have the power to do that. That's crazy. If they would have asked me to take my merch down or take my video down, I wouldn't have done it. I was low-key kind of happy. I was like, okay, period, a little vacation. I didn't care about being suspended like at all. It was my senior year. I knew I wasn't going to college. I was about to graduate. She was like, just wait till after you graduate to post anything. And there's so much more to the story with like the school and how they treated me while I was like blowing up. Y'all would actually be jaw-dropped at some of the stuff that happened to me. This is just a piece of it. But if you want to see how my parents reacted to all of this, go to part 2 because I'm running out of time. How I got suspended from high school for posting a viral video, part 2. So she calls my parents. Honestly, my dad's like not even mad at me because he knows how bad her and her mother had been harassing me and like all the stuff they put me through for like the past couple months and while he was away. He just got out of jail, mind you. Like he was not mad at me at all. He was just like, don't worry, I'll take care of this. And I was really surprised, like, because he was pretty strict before he went. My mom, however, was like throwing a hissy fit and she was like, oh my god, like you got suspended, blah blah blah. And I was just like, whatever, girl. Even my 18-year-old self knew that I was allowed to sit there and talk to my audience and make a video about something that had happened to me. I wasn't bad mouthing anyone. Remember, the principal literally said, like, how would you feel if she made a shirt that said something about you? And I was like, well, that's the thing. I didn't make a shirt saying she's so ugly, she's so terrible. I made a shirt of a literal text she sent me asking me for money. I was like, if I had the nerve to ask someone to buy me a car after treating them like total dirt, I'd be fine with them putting it on a shirt personally. And she was like, understood. So I was suspended for 3 days. There were like teachers just talking shit about me everywhere. I would get texts from my friends in like different classes and be like, dude, this teacher's like talking shit about you again and like whatever. And I was like, okay, like don't quit your day job. So I was stuck at home for 3 days and it was a nice little vacation. The only bad part was obviously that I had to like make up work. That was annoying. When I got back, like literally everyone was being so nice to me. They were like, dude, your video was like hilarious. Like the whole situation's like so funny. People I didn't even talk to were coming up to me like telling me how cool it is that my like YouTube's going viral. I kept my mouth shut for literally the rest of my senior year, and then when school ended, I dropped a video just saying like everything that they did to me. Because I'm sorry, but literally taking away someone's freedom of speech, not even in school, is crazy to me. I still can't get behind that. Like I still can't believe they were able to like do that. That's insane. Literally like the suspension email to my parents and like the letter are my favorite thing in the world. I still have it somewhere and I want to like hang it up on my wall and frame it because it's just so funny. Like, are you kidding me? And I'd be straight up fucking lying if I said I think what I did was wrong or that I regret it or shouldn't have done it, because it kickstarted my channel and I still don't think I did anything wrong. I'm fully allowed to make videos about my life and things that happened to me as long as I'm not bad mouthing or outing people. I'm just glad my dad had that fresh jail chill out, because if he didn't, I would have been in so much trouble. She ended up dropping out of school and still posting like so many videos about me and like TikToks and all that, even though she like literally did me so dirty after I was such a good friend to her. Her mom ended up leaking my phone number and like harassing me and like all this other stuff. Now she's like back with her ex-boyfriend and they like serial cheat on each other or whatever. I don't know, it's cute, I guess. But like seriously, if you don't want the world to know how terrible of a person you are, then why don't you just like not do terrible things? You know what I mean? I literally got a text like a year ago that my account was on my principal's laptop screen and I haven't gone to that school in like 5 years. Moral of the story, don't let anyone stop you from doing what you love, because I easily could have gotten into that situation and just stopped uploading. Been like, screw this, it's not even worth it. But I kept going anyway. No one should make you feel like that for telling your story. It's still one of the funniest things that's ever happened to me though. Oh my god, I literally forgot to include that at my little re-entry meeting with my father, the principal was like literally trying to get me in trouble. Like she was like, you seem a little irritated. Like what's going on? Like no shit, I'm freaking pissed off because I got suspended for posting a video about my life. Like what? Get my mouth shut and my dad was like, just let her do that. Like whatever, just make it through school.
I once watched a video of a woman explaining that during times of like accomplishment and growth, people will reveal how selfish they are, and specifically talking about like weddings, having a baby. I have heard the horror stories with like bridezillas and monster-in-laws and all the drama that can go on with planning and hosting a wedding. I never thought that I would like firsthand experience it. My best friend's getting married in June. I'm her maid of honor. We've known each other since we were in 5th grade, and throughout the whole process of planning her wedding, like I've been at her side, I've been helping her out, and I love that. I love doing it for her. And she had 2 other bridesmaids that she had known for a little over a year, and they had worked together. My best friend asked us to go off and plan her bridal shower. She wanted it to be a complete surprise. She had sent me a mood board that she made on Pinterest with everything that she wants for her wedding and bridal shower, bachelorette party, everything. And the theme that she chose for her bridal shower was Kisses to the Misses. And it was pink and red and fun and hearts and girly and so my best friend. And so I had known that, and so I sent this picture to the group chat that we were in. I said like, hey, you know, Valentine's Day is almost over, like we should definitely take advantage of all of the sale items, buy a bunch of stuff for this bridal shower. And the response wasn't what I expected. It was very much like pulling back on the idea, you know, and like making excuses, like good stuff will be picked through, and I don't know if we're gonna be able to find anything. I just think having a Galentine's Day looking theme in March is tacky. What? I don't think that's tacky. I think it's adorable. I think it's fun and it's cute. Second of all, it's not your fucking wedding. You don't have to plan that kind of bridal shower for your own wedding, but for you to sit here and comment on the bridal shower theme that the bride picked out herself, that's wild. And guess what? That was just the beginning. So that kind of puts me off a little bit. I wouldn't lie and say that I was pretty upset about that comment, just because my best friend is like everything to me, and I was very offended for her. So I got her mom involved, and her mom wanted to be involved anyway. She wanted to help plan, and so I added her to the group chat, and basically, to sum it up, the next 3 days were us trying to plan a time to meet so we could talk about our ideas, because I didn't think I would accomplish anything just texting them. I wanted to talk to them in person. It's easier to say things from behind a phone screen, and so I wanted to meet with them, and 3 days of trying to just get them to meet with me and my best friend's mom. They would say a day worked for them, and then we would plan on that day, and they'd be like, oh, never mind, that doesn't work. And it was just 3 days of that. And for me, it was just like, they're making excuses. They don't want to come. And there were things that they could have moved around and shuffled around. It's just like, they didn't care enough. And that really bothered me too, because when you agree to be a bridesmaid, you have to care. You have to care to make the bride happy on her special day. And I don't understand the concept of like, you can't be a bridesmaid and not do any work. Like, that's just not, like, you have to be able to put your foot in for the bride, because you want her to have a great special day. You want her to have a great wedding. Like, during all this, they were making like petty and snarky remarks to me and my best friend's mom. And I just, again, don't understand that. Like, whatever, you can kind of speak to me down, we're like the same age, whatever. But to make those kind of comments to the mom? Who do you think you are? The bride's mom. I don't know. It just, anyway, so me and her mom ended up meeting without them and kind of going over and just nailing in details, because we were like, we can't waste any more time. And so we got a date set, we got everything set, venues picked out, everything. And I just texted them and I just said, this is what it is. We tried to accommodate towards your complicated schedules. Like, here it is. Hope you can make it. Any effort would be greatly appreciated. That's like what we had gotten to. And they ended up not responding to me. One of them texted the bride and like kind of like was trying to tattle on me, which my best friend found so immature. She's like, we're all adults, like, you could just talk to Julia about it privately. But of course, she has to bring the bride into it. And Natalia's just like, I don't see what the big deal is. But she knows me the best, talking about me. Like, you should coordinate with her. And then the bridesmaid sends her a mood board that the two bridesmaids put together about how they want her bridal shower to look. So now at this point, it's not even about the bride, it's about what they want. Because the theme that she picked out was too tacky, so they're like, here, this is what you should do. It's not your fucking wedding! Oh my god. So then my best friend texts me. Now she's pissed. And I kind of broke the news to her, like, hey, like, they've been difficult this entire time. Me and your mom are worried that they're not real friends. They're selfish people. For whatever twisted reason they're trying to make the wedding about them, and they like have this ego that we need to stroke all the time. And I just am worried about them taking over and not being at your wedding for the right reasons. My phone got too hot. Anyway, so my best friend ended up texting them after all of that because she was pissed. And I was worried, and her mom was over it. So she ended up texting them and saying, very nicely, they're lucky that I was the one who texted them. So she texts them, due to the complicated scheduling, I think it's best that you attend my wedding as guests. That was it. Took them a couple days to respond. One of them actually took it very good. Okay, give her that. The other one was like, this was like a personal attack. Nothing about this is personal. Actually, it is personal. It's personal because you tried making her wedding too fucking personal. And I was just appalled. My jaw was on the floor. I just don't understand what goes on in those people's mind. I don't get it.
As a southern woman from a small town, I love small town gossip. And you all will not believe what I've heard. Well, Gary down the road, he's not missed a service at the Church of God in several months now. And we all thought that he had got saved, got his life right, found the Lord, was a man of God. But turns out he has started seeing a woman down there at the church. Okay, we'll call her, well, we won't call her nothing. Not only is he seeing this woman, he's seeing her mama too. Oh, God. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. Yeah. Yeah. He's trying to lay hands on him. He's trying to lay hands on him. I don't know if he's praying for him or not. As my daddy says, hell's gonna be hot. The devil's got right in the church. Right in the church.
Why I just left Walmart and this girl I used to go to school with, I'm talking about, she walked with me. Hey, Kirsten. I was like, hey, girl, I ain't seen you in so long. You know, just to make a conversation. She was like, can I get a ride home? I was like, you get a ride home? How did you get here? And then she was like, oh, I walked. And I was like, oh, okay, because I started feeling bad. So I'm like, yeah, you can get a ride home, whatever. So we walking outside or whatever. I noticed she lingering off in the back, like taking her precious time. I'm trying to walk to the car. Like, baby, you gonna get left. You need to be following me trying to get to this car. She finally made it to the car. She was in there. She was texting and stuff. And then I'm like, where you live? Let me know where you live. And then she told me where she lives like 14 minutes away. So I'm like, damn, you walk 14 minutes away to get to Walmart, bitch. What did you? And she didn't have nothing, mind you. She didn't have shit. So you walk 14 minutes for nothing, sister. But I digress. So I'm driving. I'm taking her home. She's telling me, turn right here, go straight, So, next thing I know, bitch, I've been driving for a little over 14 minutes at this point, and I'm just like, girl, are you sure we're going to the right place? She was like, yeah, just keep going. Baby, so right now, I'm starting to get suspicious. And then she's still in the phone. Mind you, she's still in the phone, texting, typing, room. So, we finally make it to the destination, and then she's telling me to pull in this long-ass driveway, and I'm just like, ooh, because the driveway ain't got no sides. It's like two deep ass pits on the side of the road where you're supposed to pull in. So I'm trying my best not to go in the damn ditches on the side of the driveway. So I'm pulling in. I see this boy walk outside. He got a whole few on the side of him. I'm like, what the hell is going on? She's like, oh, that's my brother. Don't worry about him. I'm like, girl, if you don't get your ass out this car. She did not get out the car, y'all. And we in this long ass driveway. And her brother's right there with a fucking pew. So I'm like, oh, hell no. So I put the car in reverse. I reversed my ass out that long ass driveway. I didn't give a damn about them little pits on the side. I was reversing that bitch. By the time we got to the end of the driveway, we was at the road again. And I told her she got to get out. She got to walk up that damn driveway. And when she walked up to that damn driveway, I took my ass skirted out from that bitch. Mind you, we in the middle of fucking nowhere. I'm trying to get back home. Don't know why I said yes in the first place. Like, y'all, please stop being nice to these people. Please stop being nice. Say no, because why is your brother working out there with a damn pew? Like, well, it was kind of giving set up. It was kind of giving, they were trying to trap me. They were trying to get me. No, you can't get me, sister. So, yeah, I'm a little traumatized. I will not be doing that again.
Okay, so this story is for anyone that has like a mom or a sister or like a female friend that's single and dating. The story's for you. Okay, so the story was about this girl and she went on a date with this guy, and I don't know exactly which dating app it was. I can't remember which one it was, but it was like on a dating app. And she says she matched with the guy. They're talking for like a couple of days or something like that, and it was like super normal and healthy. Like the date went well, everything was cool, and unfortunately I don't remember what happened in between. I think he like asked to walk her home after the date, make sure she got home safely. And something happened to where they end up at her house and they're chilling, but she felt cool about it, right? So they're at her house, cool, chilling, and it starts getting late. So then she's just like, hey, like, it's getting late. Like, can you leave? And he was like, yeah, it's cool. I'm texting the homie. He's going to pick me up. Something along the lines of like he was waiting on his ride or like waiting on the Uber. Okay, cool. So she waited a little bit longer with him. And then after a while, she realized, okay, like this is taking longer than expected. So she's like, okay, well, I'm going to like basically go to bed. Why would she want to go to bed before her guest left? I really don't know. But while she's upstairs, she decides to lock the door. Smart girl. And some time goes by, and he knocks on the door. Yes, this is what I do. He knocks on the door and asks if she can borrow like a phone charger. And she says, yeah, there's a phone charger downstairs. She doesn't unlock the door. So she's like, they're talking to the wall, her bedroom wall. And she goes, yeah, there should be a phone charger. Like in one of the kitchen cabinets. And the crazy part is she was really confused of why he knocked because it was super duper late. Like she said, like maybe some time went by to where she thought he should have already been gone. So she was like, is everything good? Like you're still here? And she's like, yeah, my phone's about to die. So, oh, I know. I think either he was waiting for a friend and then he was waiting for Uber. But then he was like, my phone's about to die, so I can't finish like talking to the person that's coming to get him because he needs to charge his phone. Is this my shade? This is not my shade anymore. Okay, wait. This is my shade in the winter. Or not in the winter anymore. Anyways, so then, yeah, he's like, I can't communicate. Basically, he was saying like he couldn't communicate with the person picking him up because his phone's about to die. So she's like, yeah, there's a, honestly, I'll just do this. She's like, yeah, there's a phone charger in the kitchen cabinet. And he goes, oh, I tried that one. It didn't work. Like, do you have another one? Can you open the door and give me the one that you use in your room? And it was like a red flag for her because she knew for a fact that her charger in her kitchen always worked. Like, it's something that she used frequently to the point where she's like, okay, he's definitely lying because like she probably just used it today. But she knew he was lying because like, why would you just have a broken phone charger? Only people have that, but she just knew something was fishy. So then she goes, yeah, give me a second, let me find one in my room. So the door is still locked. She peeps that he's being weird, and then she calls 911. And when she calls 911, she explains the situation and asks if like, you know, someone can pull up because she didn't feel safe. Finally. So she hides in her closet and she's whispering to 911, asking them to pull up because she feels weird. She's telling them the situation. They're like, yeah, they're on the way. Some time goes by and she's trying to stall with the guy because she still won't open the door. And he's just like, you know, basically trying to get in. And she's clearly feeling uncomfortable. And then I can't remember, something happens to her. Like after a while, he just stops responding as if he just like walked away. But she was still like too scared to open the door, so she doesn't do anything. You guys, wait till you hear this. This is the part we've been waiting for because I know the pre-story was long, but sorry, let me get to it. Some time goes by, it's silence, and then all of a sudden she has to knock on the door. She's nervous, obviously, because like, why is this guy still here? And it's the cops. It's like, hey, you called us, we're here. You're safe, you don't lock the door. Officer, blah, 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 blah. So she opens the door, and he goes, ma'am, are you okay? And she's like, yeah. I was like, okay, well, I need to show you something. Look what this man did in your house. You guys, she goes downstairs, and she sees that this man that she went on a date with that seemed very normal, really chill, make sure she made it safely to her home, was chilling on the couch, everything was vibing, but she got tired, she wanted to go back upstairs, and he's like, let me borrow your phone charger. That man, same man, he had laid out in her living room, laid out a tarp, which is like, where did you even get the tarp from? Because you walked her from her house from dinner and whatever. And there's a bunch of tools, like there's all her knives in her kitchen, they're laid out. There was a black plastic bag, and basically like he was plotting this girl's murder. He was going to murder her in her own home. This is a really white shade. It's not that white, it's the lighting. Wait, let me look. See, I just have lighting right here. It's not. Is that still really white? Anyway. So she sees this and she's like petrified and confused, and like it was just so crazy because imagine going on a date with someone that you think is like very kind and sweet. You even invite him over to your house. You guys are chilling. Everything's good. It's like, okay, it's time to go home. And he's like, no, I'm not home yet. And it's like, okay, well, you gotta go. Like, thank God she at least used some type of common sense to lock her door when she went upstairs.
Story time of how my ex-boyfriend was actually texting my nail tech behind my back. So, my ex-boyfriend and I had a very complicated relationship. Like, we were together for 5 years, and it was really, really difficult for me because he was constantly cheating on me. Anyways, it was a while ago, so my memory's a little bit scrambled, but we had been dating for a while, and we had broken up, and then we were still kind of getting together, whatever. We're thinking, we talked things over, and we said that we're going to work on things, and we're going to hopefully, like, get our relationship back to what it was. I don't even want to tell this story because of how embarrassing it is and how much I let myself be manipulated. But anyways, so this was, I think we came home from somewhere, and my mom had just got a new basketball court or something, and I had told him like, hey, can you help me put it together because I would love to have a basketball court and have it done for my mom because I don't want her to do it by herself. He was like, okay, cool, I'll help you, you know, whatever. And so as I was helping him, you know, the bottom of the basketball courts have like little wheels so you can roll them wherever you want to put them, whatever. Okay, so we had to put on the wheels, and I was like, oh, I don't know how to do this. Like, can you just do it? I'll hold the flashlight. Tell me why. This is so funny. Tell me why I was like holding the flashlight. Boom. Text message from Snapchat. Snapchat, out of all things, is crazy to me. But a notification from the Snapchat, and guess whose name it was? And I'm going to say her name because I feel like that's wild. Her name was Jackie, and I went to school with her. She was my nail tech, and she was a really good friend of mine. Like, we were really, really good friends in high school. And I would bring him to my nail appointments. So they knew each other. She knew who she was talking to. So anyways, I literally went ballistic, obviously, because who wouldn't? Like, if your boyfriend was texting your nail tech, like, that's crazy. Anyways, I was like, oh, what the heck? Like, you know, going off on him, basically, you know, the normal, whatever. And he was like, oh, it's not her. Like, it's not her. Stop thinking that it's her. And I was like, okay, bet. Let me go through your phone and let me text her and see her. I had her on Snapchat. And keep in mind, I was posting pictures of this man. I was literally posting pictures because I thought we were still working down things. So I was like, we're basically still dating. I was posting pictures of this man. I followed her on Snapchat too. And she was texting my man behind my back. That's crazy. Anyways, so I went to her Snap and I saw her name, and lo and behold, same freaking name. And I was like, okay, well, obviously it's her. And so I texted her and I was like, that's crazy. This is Pam. I can't believe you're texting him. Like, that's insane. The fact that I would bring him to my appointments and everything. And I'm very much like always on the girl side, because I always like to like have the benefit of the doubt and think like girls are not going to do that to me. But this girl knew me very well. This girl was a close friend of mine. This girl I had talked to several times. This girl, she was just learning how to do nails, and I would go get my nails done by her. I really, really was good friends with her. And it was just so, I think it was more the betrayal and the fact that he was telling me that it wasn't her and trying to convince me and gaslight me that it wasn't her. Anyways, she texted back and she's like, oh, I'm not with this little kid games. Like, keep me out of this and that. Like, girl, what are you talking about? Keep me out of this, girl. You literally, how are you gonna, you got yourself involved in this situation. Like, this is crazy. Keep in mind, I knew her boyfriend, and I think they had just broken up like a week prior. And that's just like crazy. I knew every time we would go to my appointments, obviously girls like to gossip and we would talk about our boyfriends. I would tell her stories about my boyfriend. She would tell me stories about her boyfriend, vice versa, whatever. The fact that she knew who he was and then was texting him and saw my stories, saw all my posts and everything. This is so crazy. Like, this is so beyond crazy. I used to have class with this girl. We used to be really close friends. I don't know. It was just more the betrayal. And then a few years later, I saw this girl at Marshall's. This little side quest. I used to work at Marshall's because I just decided to randomly work at Marshall's. But little side quest, I started working at Marshall's, and one day she comes in with her mom. Second she saw me, I know her heart dropped. You know why? Because she literally went and put on her hood and like was walking like this whole time. I didn't say anything just because I'm gonna keep it professional and I'm not gonna be acting ratchet out in public. But oh, you best believe I was so mad. It just like, honestly, I don't even care about the guy. It's just the fact that, girl, you're my nail tech, and I was literally gossiping about my man and this and that back and forth. And then you go like text him? That's crazy. And then be like, oh, this is little kid stuff. Like, I don't want to get involved in this. What? I know you're not trying to gaslight me too into thinking that I'm fucking crazy when you're the one who was texting my man behind my back. Ooh, that girl is not a girl's girl. And she's lucky I didn't report her to the board because she didn't even have a license. So, but anyways, that was my story time. After that, I still went back to him several times. So whatever. But yeah, Jackie, if you're watching this, I don't like you and I will never like you. And you don't deserve anything.